Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tando. In today's video, I want to talk about finding balance between your side hustle and your full-time job. As you guys know, to achieve financial independence, a big element is finding ways to increase your income. And that's where the side hustle comes in. But with that means making some sacrifices because your side hustle will need your time and attention. So how do you find a balance between running your side hustle and growing it while you're also not neglecting your full-time job? So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some methods that I have used to manage my time, my productivity, in order to find that balance between my full-time job and my side hustle. These are methods that you can actually implement so that you can start finding that balance. If this is your first time here, we talk all things personal finance, financial independence, finding ways to be financially independent and enjoy our lives. So if that sounds like something that is up your alley, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of my videos. One of the first methods that I have tried when it comes to managing my time between my side hustle and my full-time job is implementing calendar blocking. It is a pretty simple and straightforward method to implement, but it is really effective. And what you want to do here is to create a to-do list with everything that you need to do for your side hustle, as well as everything that you need to do for your full-time job. Listing these tasks will also help you gain clarity and start to think about what your priorities are for those different jobs. For your side hustle, you might have 10 different tasks that you need to do, but maybe the most important ones are only 2 or 3. So that will help you to actually think through whether or not something is a high priority for you at that time or not, and it'll help you to actually plan better, right? So once you have your to-do list, you want to go ahead and open your Google Calendar. Make sure that it is clean, whatever is on your calendar is relevant. So before you go ahead and put all the stuff that you need to do onto your calendar, you want to also think about your general boundaries in terms of times. So you know how for your full-time job, you probably have set hours. Usually you work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for most people. So once you know that, okay, I'm going to be working my full-time job or be at my full-time job from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., that means that I cannot be doing my side hustle during those hours. So you start looking outside of those hours to find time for your side hustle. And if you're a night owl, then you want to set aside time in the evening to work on your side hustle. If you're a morning person, then you want to set aside time in the early morning to work on your side hustle. Really just deciding whatever works for you. You're essentially just setting working hours for your side hustle and working hours for your full-time job. And this is going to be really helpful because it's going to give you a picture of just how much time you have per day to spend on your full-time job and on your side hustle. And if you're spending 8 hours on your full-time job and you're able to spend 4 hours a day on your side hustle, then you're able to actually limit and prioritize all your tasks for your side hustle to actually fit within those 4 hours. So once you have that general separation, you want to then take what you have on your to-do list and start putting that onto your calendar. And the key here is to actually block out set amount of time for certain tasks. So let's say, for example, on your to-do list for your side hustle, one of the tasks that you have is to do your accounting and also to respond to emails. You want to time block and say, okay, I'm going to spend X amount of hours or X amount of time doing my accounting. And this will really help you in terms of helping you to avoid procrastination, because if you know that you only have 1 hour or 2 hours to do your accounting, you're more likely to actually focus and be present when you need to do that task within that hour, because you know you have set aside that specific time for that specific task. And procrastination, as we know, can be quite your enemy when it comes to running your side hustle. So make sure that you limit them. Make sure that you're saying that, okay, accounting 1 hour and you're only spending that 1 hour. And as you practice this more and more, you'll start learning how long certain tasks take you, which means that you'll be able to plan even better, because you might set aside an hour for your accounting and realize that actually you need an hour and a half. That means in the future you're going to set up an hour and a half specifically for your accounting. Same goes for every other task. It is such a great feeling once you are done with this activity of time blocking on your calendar, because it'll make you feel, one, organized, because you definitely will be organized, and it'll help you keep on task in terms of just making sure that you are productive and you are doing the most important things in your business when they do need to be done. We need to get rid of this grind culture of grind until you die, you will sleep when you're dead.
Distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. I will run.
You would not be outworked.
I will not be outworked. Period. You know?
It is so toxic and it is incredibly unsustainable. What you want to do is to actually make sure that your self-care, your rest, your social relationships are part and parcel of your everyday life. It shouldn't be a second thought. It shouldn't be something that you remember only when you're burnt out, which is why the second method for balancing your side hustle and your full-time job is to intentionally set aside time for your social interactions, to do your hobbies, to take care of your mental health. And you can actually implement calendar blocking as well when it comes to intentionally setting aside that time for those activities. You can go ahead, make plans with a friend and book that time out on your calendar to say, okay, at this time on Wednesday, I'm going to meet up with my friend and we're going to have lunch. And this will really help you to make sure that you're always taking care of yourself and don't get stuck just working all the time until you hit burnout. Because once you hit burnout, getting out of that ditch is really difficult. The next method that will help you find balance between your side hustle and your full-time job so that you can be successful in both is to actually create processes and optimize those processes within your business. If you look at your side hustle business, most likely you are a one-man show, which means you're doing everything by yourself. And what you want to do is to identify all the things that you do within your business and create processes around that. There's certain things that you might not be able to create a process around. For example, if you do creative work, there's certain aspects that you won't necessarily be able to create processes around, but the vast majority of tasks within your business, you can create some sort of process around. So to identify a task, let's say your accounting, identify that accounting task. How do you do your accounting? Break it down step by step and actually write it down on paper. What this will do is it will show you exactly what you're doing for that specific task, and it will help you identify any bottlenecks or anything that you could possibly do to improve that process to make it more effective and more efficient. And this is such a great thing because once you're able to optimize your processes, you're not only saving time, but you're also finding ways to do things a little bit better. And a really big bonus that I have come to appreciate is that when you write down these processes and you document them, when the time comes for you to add another person into your team, when you need extra hands, because the time will definitely come, it becomes so much easier to onboard that person into your business so that they can understand what they need to do within their role. When I hired my virtual assistant, I had no processes and I had to really start thinking about what do I actually do within my business that this person now needs to do for me instead, and how do I actually document that so that they can know exactly what they need to do to succeed within their role. And honestly, shout out to my assistant. I would have never created those processes without her, but it is so much better if you actually create those processes before you even onboard someone, because it just makes the whole process easier on both parties. And actually, that is a pro tip for anyone who has been running their side hustle for a while now and you're making a sustainable amount of money and you feel that you could actually pay for someone else to come and help you within your business. And virtual assistants are just such a great first add-on to any side hustle, because they will do different tasks depending on your needs, as long as you can explain those processes to them, and so that they can actually go ahead and do that for you. Doesn't even need to be expensive, doesn't even need to be a full-time person. It could be someone that's just working on your business 2-3 hours a week, if that's all you can afford. You can always scale up from there, but those extra hands will make all the difference when it comes to freeing up your time to do other things within your business, other revenue generating things within your business, instead of doing administrative work. The next method is all about keeping things organized, especially when it comes to the finances side of running your side hustle. You want to make sure that you're keeping all your transactions in one place. Make sure that all your quotes are in one place, all your invoices are in one place, because this will make it so much easier for you to follow up with clients that haven't paid you on time. It'll make it easier for you to quote clients. It'll make it easier for you to manage your business taxes, as well as for you to track all the transactions that happen within your business, whether that is money coming in or money leaving, whether that is profit or expenses. So you want to have that one space where you're actually keeping everything organized. You can do this manually by yourself, especially in the beginning when you're not necessarily making any money in your business, but it is definitely worth investing in some kind of accounting software to help you keep all of these things organized. Not only will it help you keep things organized, but it will help you to also save time, which is why I absolutely love using Sage. And with Sage, the really cool thing is that you can essentially track everything on there. You can import your bank statements there so that you can track all your transactions. You can also track automatically what invoices have been paid, what invoices have not been paid, and it will also help you manage all your transactions and all your expenses, so that when the tax season comes around, you're able to easily file your taxes, because you have all of that information laid out for you on the Sage accounting platform. That's why I'm so excited that they've actually partnered with me, and I have a link in the description where you can actually get 30-day free trial of Sage, and then you can try it out, see how you feel, see how well it works for you. I'm sure you're going to love it, because I have absolutely loved it and I've been using it for almost 2 years now. So keeping all your finances organized is going to help not only save you time, but also save you the mental headspace. It will also help you to make sure that you're keeping all those things organized, because it's so easy for those things to fall through the cracks, for things to just start not adding up when the time comes for things to make sense. So definitely try out Sage Accounting with the link in the description. You'll get 30 days free. The next method is all about self-awareness and recognizing your seasons. I tend to work in cycles. There can be a period of a few months where I feel really productive, where I am energized and I'm motivated and everything is just going really well. But I can definitely hit those periods in life where I just don't have the same level of motivation, the same level of energy, and things just aren't working out that great in that time, because I'm not able to be as productive. And I fought with that a lot, because I would love to always have really high energy, really high motivation, so that I can always be pushing. That's actually kind of counterintuitive, because what you actually need to do is to really settle into whatever season that you were in. This doesn't mean that just because you go for 1 or 2 months where you are not feeling motivated, that you shouldn't be productive at all. It just means that you need to tweak your strategies a little bit around those times to actually fit within whatever mindset or whatever space you are in, right? So for example, when I know that I'm going through a period of high energy, high motivation, I know I can be really, really productive and I can really push out a lot of work. And when I go through lower periods where maybe I'm struggling with my mental health, then I know I'm not able to be as productive or as intensely dedicated to all my work. That means that during those times I still want to do my work and I still want to keep that bike moving, but I want to also make sure that I take care of myself. So I make tweaks within the processes within my business. I make sure that I do the most important things within my business instead of trying to do everything within my business. And I think this is so important because again, grind culture is really toxic. You won't always feel 100%. You won't always feel like you can do every single thing. Sometimes you might feel like you just can't do much, and that's okay. All you have to do is adjust your expectations and make sure that you're prioritizing appropriately so that you keep yourself productive but without necessarily pushing yourself too far to the point of burnout. So just recognize your seasons, be kind to yourself, and make sure that you take care of yourself within whatever season you were in. So those are my 5 methods to help you balance your side hustle and your full-time job. There's a lot more things that you can do, and there's things that I experiment with every now and again, and I'll definitely probably make this video again in the future when I've learned more. But I'm really keen to hear how you manage your side hustle, how you're balancing your side hustle and your full-time job with all the demands that both come with. Let me know down in the comments, and if you've watched until the end, thank you so much. I always love it when people watch until the end. So leave me a yellow heart emoji in the comments so that I know that you watched until the end. Let me know what videos that you want to see in the future. But until next time, this is it. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.